Google Pixel 6 Pro is a really nice device with great cameras that take stunning photos and videos. The software is clean stock Android with little bloatware. The hardware is also uniquely Google's and it is packed with features. The best part is you can pick up the Google Pixel 6 Pro for a really good price now that the 8 Pro has just been released, starting at $1,000. Despite this, there are a few dislikes about the Google Pixel 6 Pro which get under my skin. First of all, customization. One thing you can certainly do on this device is with the clock face. So you can resize it, tap on the pencil here, and you can choose one of these 4 clock faces. Let's just go for this one whilst we're here. So there you go. And the other thing you can do is obviously, yes, the resize, and you can move it to wherever you like on the screen, like so. The issue I have with the customization is when it comes to the Google search bar, you cannot move it for love or for money, which is bad enough. And then to top it off, you cannot move the date or the weather widget there. It is stuck. And for a flagship device, that is not acceptable because you have mid-range phones that can be customized quite easily. Take my Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra here, and I press down on the search bar. Look at this, I can move that and have it anywhere that I like on the screen. Take my Oppo Find N2 here. Again, if I press down on the Google search bar, I can have that anywhere that I like on the screen. And if I press down on the weather and time widget, and again I can have that anywhere that I like on the screen. Now let's take a look at the Poco X5 Pro, which is a medium range priced phone. So again, if I tap down on the Google search bar, look at that, I can have that anywhere that I like on the screen. And then if I tap on the time, date and weather widget, and again I can move that and have that anywhere that I like on the screen. So my question to Google is, why is it that we cannot move the search bar or the date and weather widget on this flagship device? And it is the same on the Google Pixel Fold, and I suspect the Google Pixel 8 Pro, which has just been released and is costing $1,000 upwards. But yet on a mid-range phone device like this Poco X5 Pro, which is probably what, $300, you can customize this display. Next, let's take a look at charging. The Google Pixel 6 Pro does come with 23 watt wired charging, which is very slow by modern standards because you have the likes of Xiaomi who offer 67 and 120 watt chargers, and they can charge their devices from anything from 20 minutes to 40 minutes to just over 1 hour. But if you let your device run low on the Google Pixel 6 Pro, you are in for a long wait before it fully charges. So I would highly recommend not letting it drop too low before topping up the device. Even with wireless charging, I would highly recommend not letting the battery level drop too low before charging, because it can also take an eternity to fully charge. Of course, the always on display. I do like the always on display on this device because I think Google have got it right in terms of the brightness level. However, I think Google could go one step further with this always on display, and that is by having those icons there in color, because it would really help to distinguish which messages you have received. So for example, You have medium range phones like the Poco X5 Pro. Now, if you see the always on display on there, it is in color, and you can see from a distance what the message icon is. And I think that should definitely come onto a flagship device like this. Heat is another issue. As I mentioned in the introduction of this video, this is a really nice device. However, there is one area that really lets it down for me, and probably very close to the top of my dislikes. And that is that whenever one is filming, it does get hot. Now, I have no issues with it getting hot. What I do take issue with is the fact that when it does get hot, either one or two things will happen. Firstly, it will either just shut down, everything freezes and you cannot do anything, and you have to switch the whole device off and then back on. Or the other issue is you'll get a message on the screen telling you that the device is too hot. And as a result, you cannot continue filming, which is most frustrating because whatever you were planning to film has definitely disappeared in front of your eyes. So as a result of that, it makes this device unreliable, which is a shame because it's got fantastic cameras. That's the whole idea. You want to be able to use it. But I'm pretty convinced this is definitely an issue. And just to rubber stamp what I'm saying, I also have the Google Pixel 6a and the Google Pixel 7a, which has the newer G2 Tensor processor. Oh, good Lord. And it has been exactly the same issue where you just, whenever you're filming, it will just heat up. And like I said, one of those two things will definitely happen where it will either shut down, you get a message on the screen telling you that the device is too hot. The other thing I will say is that this is irrespective of whether it is 70, 80, 90 degrees outside or 40, 50 degrees. It will get hot and it will just shut down. So again, I'm really disappointed because that's the whole idea of the main reason for buying these Google phones is that yes, I buy them for the cameras because they are excellent, but the original Tensor processor and the G2, for me, they fall short of keeping up with filming on this device. Like I said, it's a real shame. So that's definitely one of my bugbears. And as a result of that, I end up having to take another manufacturer's device just so I can capture whatever it is I want. Because if you rely on this, honestly, you will be pretty upset. So that is definitely an area that Google definitely need to look into, and something that you need to be aware of, because like I said, it can be really frustrating. And not forgetting storage capacity. This Google Pixel 6 Pro came in 3 colors, starting with the black color, then you also had the cloudy white, and then you had the sort of sunny color, which was my favorite of the 3. And I really love this two-tone color combination. However, the downside with this color is that it only came in 128 gigabytes, which I think was a big mistake by Google, because the system storage I think takes up just less than 20 gigabytes, maybe 15, 16 gigabytes thereabouts. So when you deduct that from the 128, so you're probably only left with say 114, 115 gigabytes to play with. And considering the price of this new, I just think that was not a good move by Google. There should have been a 256 gigabyte as an option. Oh yes, the button configuration. One thing I certainly do not like about this device, and that is the button configuration. Now, if you only use a Google Pixel device, then you don't have a problem. But take someone like myself that use different Android devices, and in fact, just bring this one here. This right here is my daily driver. This is the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. And you can see that you have the on-off power button at the bottom and you have the volume rocker at the top. But with the Google device, it's the other way around. Now, here's where the confusion lies. When I'm using the Pixel, I'll think that the top is the volume rocker, and I end up turning off whatever I'm watching, which is it's so frustrating, and vice versa. So confusion sets in. So I'm not sure why Google have decided to be different. And again, just to understand what I'm saying, so here we have the Poco X5 Pro, and right there in yellow you see the on-off power button, and then at the bottom, and then you have the volume rocker at the top. So to me, that's how most Android phones are. So I have no idea why Google see fit to be different. So I would just wish they would follow convention and just change it to everybody else. It just makes life a lot easier. So those were my bugbears about the Google Pixel 6 Pro. Just to show I am balanced in my analysis about the Google Pixel Pro, I will make a separate video stating the things I like about the device. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. My name is Shola. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another episode. Peace.